I feel like I might be the most panicky, big purchase transfer content creator in Football Manager because I'm just not used to it. And don't worry, I've upset a member of the squad right before the Champions League game. Wisdom. All right, my friends, welcome in. Yeah, I mean, I have my reasons. I'm trying to get this done, one, before this player gets noticed by other big clubs, which he now has. And two, because we had a deal agreed, and then I misunderstand how transfers work in Football Manager, because I put it would go through at the end of our season, thinking by that point, the board would already have let us know what our next transfer budget would be, and like we could work out the numbers. And then I went through the contract phrase and all that kind of stuff. Player agreed to it. And then it was like, you don't have enough money. Like, oh. And I talked to the board and they were like, dude, he's too expensive. And I'm like, no. So what we've done instead is, let's just take a look. We're talking about Pedrelli. Okay. I think he is worth the price of admission. Yes, we are paying through the nose for him. But I think he's worth it. He is the new Surge. He's a 6'4" Surge, but he's an inside forward rather than a winger. I think he's unbelievable. Unbelievable. The problem is, you'll note, Chelsea and Man United are now in the mix. Now, they've not made an offer, and they've accepted our offer. The original deal we had offered them was, I don't know, a potential of 81 million because of all the add-ons, and then the whole thing happened where we didn't have enough money to sign the player, and so we've been working through that, and now we've agreed to a deal that's like 83 or 84 million, maybe 83 million, because they came back and they're like, we're willing to discuss it, how about 100 million? And I was like, how about I give you a little bit more over the next 3 years, and some league appearances stuff, and they were like, okay. And they were just milking me for an extra 3 or 4 million. I'm fine with that because we've done the exact same thing with Lothar. Because it's essentially replacing Lothar, right, is the idea. And he's inconsistent, but having a great season. And so it's like, I'm trying to learn my lesson from Pisoni and sell the player when they're at their peak, like they're doing really well. Now, he could get better. He's 23, blah, blah, blah. But like, I'm trying to replace Lothar, so let's sell Lothar and take that cash money and use it to buy his replacement is the idea. So he's not happy about that. However, Chelsea have come in for him. They offered 30 million, and we were able to work the deal up to 35 up front, 3 million over the next 3 seasons, whatever, and $1 million after 50 league appearances. So guaranteed 38 plus a percentage of profit on next sale. I probably could have milked them, like, because it's Chelsea, I probably could have milked it up to 40 or 45, but I was like, if I can get whatever that is, 38, and currently we get 55% of the transfer budget. Okay, if I do my math here, 38, 55% is 20.9 million. We've had to bump up our wage budget to afford the guy, right? We're paying him like 175 grand and giving him a 6.5 million loyalty bonus. It's crazy. But if I take 20.9 and add it to our 17.17, that's 38 million. That should cover our cost just barely. Just barely. Now, I literally just agreed to the Pedrelli. Lothar has been in contract negotiations for a while and wanted to go. I just need him to sign. I need him to sign before Pedrelli comes back and signs, and then I have to try and delay again because I don't think we will survive that. I think we'll lose him at that point. But that's where we're at. But of course, it's good. He's an amazing form, and now we've tried to sell him, and he's right before this massive game. So that's probably a mistake on my part, you could say. I did try and quickly sell Brogy and Pisoni, and nobody wants to buy. Right now, we're not in the transfer window and whatever. I tried at 15 million for each of them. Then I tried 10 with some sell-ons, and they weren't interested in that either. But it's not the transfer window, so they're not in high demand. That makes sense. We'll see if we can work out a deal like I talked about last episode in the summer. Only other news is Ahmed Boateng has finished learning Italian. So he's got good Italian now. I'm hoping that means, okay, now I can actually focus on my football. So that's something that's coming. I was just like, I went to talk to the board. They were like, nah, it's not happening, bro. And I can't remember. Yeah. Here's the contract: $175K, bunch of bonuses, $6.5 million loyalty bonus, 41.5 on appearance fee, 25 grand on goal bonus. He wants a clean sheet bonus as an attacking winger. Whatever, bro. 28.5. Team of the year, 250K, 50K for an international cap, 12.5 for an unused substitute because he's never not going to be used. I mean, rarely, right? $1 million for winning the Champions League, 250 each for the Serie A and Italian Cup. Paid his agent $650. And then the landmark bonuses will give you 750K if you get to 15, plus an additional 500 if you get 5 more. It's a lot. But what I'm trying to do, I mean, I just think, because crossing be better, sure, but we're going to play him here like this. And I think he is, like, what's the length of the contract we've signed? 5 years? 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Yes, 5 years. You get a guy from 23 to 28 as he continues to get better and is in his prime already. He's forced, like, just look how much better he is than Lothar, right? Even if you move it up here, he's just outstanding. Amazing mentals, you know, or traits, right? Like, I do think a big portion of it is his physicals, but like he's got 17 technique, right? It's 16 dribbling and first touch and 16 off the ball. His finishing needs work, but okay, you know, you put him on okay, I'm clicking all over the place, right? But like, okay, even if you played him on support, right? Like I just think 23, we work on his finishing a little bit. It is a lot, but I'm trying to right now. I feel like as I was assessing the squad, our weakness right now, aside from maybe a backup center back, and we've already talked about that. We've got Peter and Hope and Fiorani coming back next season. We got a Mary. We have options for those development players. Our midfield is strong because we solved that last season with Richard Contreras. Richard and Contreras. And then we've got the left winger with Colombani and Boateng. We've got striker with Kak and Dos Santos. And Lorenzo covers all of this. But then we got Lothar, who, while good, is inconsistent. So I thought, that's our gap. That's our gap. Can we solve that gap? If we could get him to sign that contract with Chelsea, I think we've done it. You'll note we are not starting Dos Santos. Here's my reasoning. He's had 3 starts and 3 subs on a 6-5-2 in the Champions League. He's 21. It's a lot of pressure. He's doing outstanding in the league. He's got 11 goals. He's not scored a single goal or had an assist in the Champions League. Meanwhile, Joachim here hasn't done that much better, but he is on a 7-2-2. You can't see it behind me. I guess I could show you. He's on a 7-2-2 in his last 5 games. He's got 3 goals in the last 2. Like, he is on fire. Now that's against Napoli and Sassuolo. And so my thinking here is play the hot hand, right? He's done slightly better. Hasn't had as many appearances, but like play the hot hand. And that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do is play the hot hand. From a schedule standpoint, it's been a minute. Garage door. Yeah. We beat Sassuolo 3-0. I mean, it was kind of nervy because it was like, at the half. And it was one of those things where you don't always get this. Or no. This was against Napoli. We were down 2-0. And at the half, you rarely get the options like sort yourselves out. Essentially, this is embarrassing. And lit them on fire. Brought in Joachim, came in. The brace he had was in the second half. I brought him on at like the 58th minute. And talk about an impact sub. And so I went, okay, he did really well. You get to start the next game. He scores another goal. Paul comes in, gets a goal, the final goal there. So yeah, it's been a good time. Let me deal with my phone texting here, and I'll be right back. So this is where we sit after that. We are 2 points off top. We are in a running with us, Juventus, and AC Milan for the title. They play each other. We've already gone over this, but our schedule, in theory, aside from us playing Milan, so we don't have to play Juventus, and Juventus doesn't have to play us, I think is, just barely slightly easier. We just can't slip up. So that's what is interesting. Both teams are into, I think it's both of them, are into the quarterfinals. So let's take a look here at Juventus. They're in the quarterfinals and the Coppa Italia final against Inter. So theoretically, assuming we get through this game, we have a slightly easier schedule, at least than Juventus, because they're playing Inter in the Coppa Italia final. But this is how we line up. We're going to play Lothar, even though his morale, I'm hoping he's going to try and put on a show for Chelsea, which maybe he doesn't make sense since the transfer fee's already been agreed. But, if he's trying to justify whatever contract they're going to offer him, really need him to sign. I'm curious if you think we've overpaid. We probably have. I probably should have gotten more for Lothar, but I was just like, get the deal done. Like, this is just what happens with me. I'm like, okay, we need to generate about 17 million in transfer revenue. And I'm replacing Lothar. If I can get it high enough where that 55% is more than 17, 18, 19 million, let's freaking do it, right? Like, versus like, ooh, squeeze him to 50 million, to just do the deal because I want the player. But now I'm worried I'm going to get all hyped up and it's not going to work out. I'll be like, no. Like, he's going to turn down the contract at Chelsea. And I'm like, no. And yes, I did try with Salzburg to say, I need to sell this player first. They're like, no, we're not interested in that. Like, not my problem. You deal with it, bro. Okay. Pick up where you left off, boys. In the second half. Pick up where you left off in the second half is a thing I might say. Ignore that first half. I mean, we played well in the first half of the first leg. I'm decidedly more nervous now that I think about that. Joaquim. Yeah, we're loose as yellow card accumulation. Great. I think we'll be fine because we planned for it. He played in the last league game, so we've rested Richard. Richard's not exactly Matt Sharp, but it's fine. They're missing their guy that got a red card, so let's go, people. Oh dear. Oh dear. Away! That's not away. That's decidedly not away. So we've given up an away goal in the second minute of the game. There you go. Oh, Silva, get in there, man. The Silva, I should say. Oh, it's headed away. I like how Kasapa just watched that. He's like, it's going out. I'm not worried. I'm not going to dive for that. Come on, boys. There you go, Colombani. Oh, little couple extra touches could have been taken there, I think. Joaquim, he's trying to take I guess trying to catch the keeper off guard. Caught me off guard. Whoa. Fractionally offside from a set piece on the line. Oh, another where they've had to draw like the armpit. Come on, boys. Come on. And the nerves have kicked in again. I think I said we would take a look at their left center back because he probably wouldn't have been as good as the one that went out. Sure, we'll close him down. His passing's not great. His decision making is pretty good though, so maybe he'll make a decision to make a poor pass. We now have to score 3. We might as well go attacking, people. I'm going to shout early. Show some passion. What is going on, boys? They have come out swinging. I expected a tough game. I wasn't expecting to give up 2 goals in the first 20 minutes. It's kind of alarming, to be honest with you. Can we keep our heads? That's a lot of pressure at home. The home fans are going to be upset. Like, oh my gosh, I paid lots of money to come see this game, and we are getting thrashed in the first 20 minutes of the game. Neto finds Colombani, takes a touch. Colombani's got 13 assists in the league. He's like on track for a record. How has that been blocked? Block of the century? Goodness me. Uninterested. I knew. Lothar. Lothar, it's your fault, Lothar. I'm gonna shout again. I know we just shouted, but demand more. Let's go, boys. Joaquim! Finish it, mate! Hold on just a second. That's me screaming into the void. I mean, I knew it was a risk starting Joaquim, but he's been on fire, and Dos Santos hasn't done it in the Champions League either. So, yeah, let's talk about it being disappointing. Your pride is at stake. It's one of those. It's one of those. Your pride is at stake. I'm not happy with you. He's uninterested. He's like, I'm going to Chelsea. See you all later. We might take him off here in the 60th minute if he has not done anything of note. Are we not going to get any more highlights? Is it going to be one of those? It's going to be one of those, isn't it? Lovely. Lovely. He's hesitant. See ya. Lorenzo, come on down. Of course, I'll do this, and then he'll score the goal here. Colombani trying to rescue us. No. No, no, no. No, 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 no. And then Joaquim is on a 6.3. We'll bring on Dos Santos, I guess. I feel like we just kind of have to start slinging stuff here. Yep. Very attacking. Yep. Show some passion. Somebody's going to get sent off. I'm stunned by our mental collapse at home. I mean, what do we do here? I don't really have anybody else. I mean, we put you on attack, I guess. It doesn't really matter, does it? Overlap, I guess. Like a hot knife through butter. Wow. I was going to say, that was a clear-cut chance, obviously. Prior to that, we've given up 2 goals and created 2 clear-cut chances and 2 half chances ourselves, and they had 1 and 1. And it's like, really? Really? But that's how it goes, isn't it? Dos Santos said, you should have started me. No, you shouldn't have. Oh, Lorenzo! Oh, unselfish. Don't get excited. I'm not excited. We're going to score 2 more goals. We have to score 3 more goals, actually, in the remaining 4 minutes. That's not going to happen. That's a consolation goal. There are no excuses. We have to win the league now, or it's a disappointing season. I cannot believe that. Oh, it all comes down to Lothar signing that contract. That's really what I'm worried about. All right, my friends, we have made it easy on ourselves on league side, right? We got rid of that annoying Champions League situation. I think I told you we were going to play Milan today, didn't I? But I had a bunch of transfer stuff to talk about. We'll do Milan and Torino. That, like, Milan's the game of the season now. Right, like in the remaining games, that's the remaining game, the biggest one. So we may go like extended highlights and just do Milan. Pity like, maybe it's like, I give you a this for the Champions League, but I give you a this for the potential transfer. What if I come back next time? It's like everything is falling apart. The transfer's falling apart. We are out of the champion. Oh dear. See ya.